But we're watching Jeremy and Nara right now.
Jeremy and Narra.
Yep, Jeremy, as I was mentioning before, Jeremy's a dear friend of mine. And, Nara is a good fellow himself also.
Sending Nara a spec invite message. And I don't think I've got your dear friend in my friends list.
Well, it's easy. It's Jeremy, hashtag.
Jeremy?
Yep.
Oh, pressing the wrong button.
And then Jeremy, hashtag.
Yeah.
2814.
2814, let's go. That person is already your friend. Oh, I do got him.
Yes, he's been a couple of times to Alphen on the Rhine.
Of course, is that Jeremy?
Yep, Jeremy, never lucky. Forever number 2. He's played a couple of fireside gatherings at our place, and he unfortunately only got number 2 place. So how do you say that in Dutch? You've got a nice saying for that.
For getting second place?
Yeah.
We call it loser, like the English do, right?
Fair enough. I'll take it, Hakim.
You've got any idea what the score is right now?
No. I'm just going to ask Nara here.
Okay, I'm in the game, so I see both hands.
0-0. Well, it's fresh and
looks like
it's I don't know if you saw the last play. The Golden Ragnaros was Nara's, but it got nicked.
Okay.
And the Stampeding
I see the
Kodo.
Sylvanas, right.
And has he got enough buffed up Katoon?
Yeah, he has, because the
yes.
Katoon to an 11-11.
So he could go Twin
go,
Emperor
Twin
Vector.
Emperor, right.
Well, I'm seeing a rope here on my screen, but I think that's a bug.
I think so, because I'm not seeing it.
I'm definitely sure it's a bug then.
You go Wild Growth here first, right? Or do you want to armor up? What
Um,
are you afraid of, right?
Yes, you need some extra card drop, but not sure. So he's got 28 health, so that's fine. I think you could have better gone for Wild Growth to get that card draw. Don't you think?
Yeah, because you do want to win this game, and now you're playing around Whirlwind Effect, Execute, and a Grom maybe?
Yeah.
Out, I guess.
But you really have to have those specific cards in hand. But it's alright.
It's a minor detail, right? You've got a stronger board, you can take it a bit slower. But I did really want to see the Wild Growth there, because your next turn aren't that strong with the Starfall and Swipe in hand.
No. But to be fair, he is using he's on low health. And I'm thinking he's going like, okay, I just need to armor up every turn right now to make sure I'm staying as high in health as possible, because that Wild Growth is just getting a card that he still can get, the next turn. And you don't really play other than Katoon, any 9 or 10 drops in your deck. And he gets the Nourish. He's going for swipes. Yep. Going for face.
And then I think you play the Bren.
Bren, just to get board presence.
Yeah, because worst case scenario, one of your minions get cleared.
Yep.
And then he can't clear 3 of your minions. So at best he can clear 1 with an execute, but you already know that he should top deck it, because otherwise he would have executed 1 of your minions the former turn.
Yep. Well, yeah, we most definitely would have done killed Ragnaros off here, right? If he had to execute.
Sorry, didn't get it.
Well, he most definitely would have killed the execute of the Ragnaros if he had the execute.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. So you
And
know,
he goes for that kill. And he's letting Rag finish the job. 1-0 for Jeremy here. Well
yeah.
played.
From what we saw, well played, right?
Yep. I'm trying not to root for Jeremy, but he is, as I said, a dear friend of mine.
Yeah, of course. I've got a root for the other guy, Narra.
Yeah.
He is my teammate.
Oh, he is your teammate.
He is my
What
teammate.
team was that again, Sparta?
Did someone say Emperor?
I don't know. Did
I,
they?
I thought someone said Emperor. Well, my team is Emperor indeed.
Oh,
And
nice.
you can visit us at facebook.com slash EmperorNL. But enough
Oh,
with the
nice.
sellout. Let's see what
What
these
sellout?
guys
I
will pick.
didn't notice it at all.
No, it was quite subtle, right?
Absolutely.
Let's see what these guys will pick for the next match.
And
It's gonna
it's
be a
a
warrior
warrior
versus
versus
a
a
warlock.
warlock. Yep. Oh, and it's a
It's a
Reno
Reno.
lock with Mountain Giant and the combo.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm liking
Interesting
this.
matchup.
So Jeremy kept the Shadow Bolt. And it's
Yeah,
got a
because
nice peddler.
he of course knows that it's Temple Warrior, and most of the strong minions from the Temple Warrior have 4 health. Like for instance the Flooding Berserker.
Mm-hmm.
And it can also clear Corcoran Elite, for instance. So it's a very good keep.
Okay. And what is he gonna get out of peddler? Ooh. Will he go for Soulfire or get more board presence? I'm leaning towards the Soulfire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, and
Well,
the reason for that is because you already have the Shadow Ball in hand,
yep.
so you can clear the minion with 4 health
Mm-hmm.
or less, and you want to develop some minions because you know the Temple Warrior isn't playing any real board clears.
Mm-hmm.
The best he can do is a Whirlwind and a few executes maybe. So you want to develop a whiteboard, which can be cleared that easily.
Okay. Well, I think Jeremy and I are more aligned, but we'll see if that is the better play here. Goes for the tap, because I think he wants to play something in a minute, Refreshment Vendor or Earthen Ring, because he needs to get something on board. But he
It,
gets the Twilight Drake.
yeah, he definitely wants to play the Twilight Drake next turn. And he doesn't have to be the aggressor in this matchup. He has answers in his Shadow Bolt, in his Soulfire, late game in his Twisting Nether.
Yep. So now
So
it
he can
goes
take this
for
very easy.
Corcoran Elite. Starts smorking away.
Yeah.
Refreshment Vendor is played by Jeremy here. And do you think it's the better play not instead of going Twilight Drake?
I think it's very close. But I would like to see the Twilight Drake here because you know that he can have a whirlwind effect, for instance, and if he trades here, plays maybe a Flooding Berserker, and you do have the Shadow Bolt, but you're not gonna develop anything else than that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because he wants to, we want to see some board presence of Jeremy here. I think he wants it himself as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a necessity because as the Reno lock, you do have late game answers like Twisting Nether and the Alexstrasza we see in hand, but you do want to put some kind of pressure on, so the Temple Warrior doesn't get to play anything they want. We see here, of course, that the Twilight Drake play would have been punished very hard by Narra, but Jeremy wouldn't know that. He doesn't have the liberty to see the hand of Narra, of course.
All right. So I'm just noticing right now we've got some donations and follows.
Oh, wow.
Not sure why the Twitch alerts isn't working, but on stream labels I can see €5 donations from Bad Toady himself.
Bad toads.
Bad Toady, and also Bad Toad is a dear friend of mine. He's from Belgium, and I've played many years with him. And his message is Blizzard HQ, here we come.
All right.
Alright, thank you, Bad Toady. And we've got a follow from Zerlin. Thanks for the follow. And Messy Cast. With the
Messy cast.
Messy Cast. Yes, that's
Is
Messy
that Messy
OD.
OD?
With the following message. And I think this one goes out to you,
Oh,
Hakim.
let's hear it.
Seeming your teammate was de Messi OD Slayer of the Day.
Ja.
Onze schepper, Messi OD, zal wraak nemen met zijn Doomhammer in Alphen aan de Rijn.
Oh, so he's gonna take some revenge on us.
I think he is. I think he is.
Well,
And
I'm very glad that Avir Papier is on our team because everybody's afraid of Avir Papier.
very good. Well, I've seen that Messi OD will be joining us on this Sunday. So thanks for the donation, Messi. €1. Thanks a lot. I'm sorry it didn't come in the screen, but we're mentioning it now. So back to this game. I want to ask you a question, Hakim. What do you feel for the Alexstrasza instead of Jiraxis? Do you use in a Reno deck? Do you keep the Alexstrasza because you don't have Jiraxis, or do you play both? Because I was looking at the prelims of last weekend, and I saw a Reno Alexstrasza Jiraxis deck,
Okay. Yeah,
and
I think nowadays you have a couple of builds for the Reno lock as it's always been because it's like a tool shed where you can tech against the meta. Because you have those one-offs, you can very easily switch some cards. And we've seen Jiraxis go in and out since Standard came out. Because the control matchups aren't how do you say it? Aren't that much seen anymore as before the Standard came out.
Yep.
So Jiraxis became a bit less good. And Alexstrasza maybe the same because Alexstrasza is, for instance, good in a game where you're defensive all the time and you can burst him down in 2 turns later.
Yeah.
Or you can use it as a defensive tool yourself and heal yourself back up to 15.
Yeah, so you can really use the Alexstrasza to appropriate of how your game is going. If it's going in your favor, you can use it aggressively, and if you're going defensively because you're getting smorked away, you can get back up to 15.
Yeah, and that's the beauty, I would say, of the Reno deck. You like I said, you can tech it against the meta. And I think in this meta you don't necessarily need the, as we see, the Mortal Coil on the Sophanas. I guess you take something, but I would have liked to see the tap first.
Yep, tap last, tap last. I know.
Sometimes it's no problem if you tap last because if you know what your play is gonna be, then it's no problem at all to tap last. But if you don't know for certain what your play is gonna be, then you want to tap first, always.
Always tap first.
Yeah.
So we're going into turn 8 here, and still no Reno has been seen on Jeremy's side.
No, and that's a big thing, a very big thing, because as the Reno luck, the name says it for itself. You wanna have that Reno just for insurance.
Yep.
Because if he's gonna burst you down and Temple Warrior can do that.
Yes, because we see the Grommash already in hand for Narra here.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing, I think it's gonna be a Bran and Earthen Ring combo here to get that 6 HP back up.
I think he's going for the Argus here.
He's going for the Argus.
that will be my play.
All
Because
right.
you
I
can clear the first half of Cairn.
I think he's
Uh,
feeling you here, Hakim.
yeah, not blaming him for that. And you build up a very good defensive wall because, as you said, he doesn't have his Reno yet. So he wants to be a bit more defensive right now
Mhm.
to make sure he can't be bursted down. And this I think is the most defensive play he can make. He also has the twisting nether for the moment he does get overwhelmed on the board, and he also has the Alexstrasza to use offensively here because he got a lot of damage on the board right now.
Yep,
He's
he's
got
up
9,
9,
11,
11,
13.
13 damage. Oh,
So he can
and no
no
Curse
curse
Blade
blades.
for Nara here. That's I always oh, and
And
there's the Reno. So
there's the Reno.
he's quite safe to tap now. It's always a happy moment when you play Malkorok and you don't get the Curse Blade.
Yeah, it's like a 5% chance, I think, because you've got 20 weapons in the game.
Mhm.
But it's still it's a 5% chance that
If
you
you
can lose the game.
if you get Curse Blade this late in the game, it could be really awful.
Yeah, and we see Nara in a very awkward spot here
Yep,
because he doesn't have the execute in hand.
he does get a taunt here, but let's see.
You have to play it.
You have played indeed. You
You
really
see,
need some armor here. Um,
but let's see if he plays the. No, I think he survives on 2 health here because he can Shadow Bolt.
yep,
Sorry, on 3 health. So he gets another armor from the armor smith. Oh, yeah, that's
and
lethal.
that's lethal. Yeah. Yep.
And that's it
And
for Nara, right?
that's well played. Nara's out of the game here. 2-0 from Jeremy. Well played from
And
Jeremy.
we see the strength of the Alexstrasza here
Yep.
because he took like let's say 8 health, I think. 8 or 9 health from the
Yep.
warrior.
He went from 22 or 23 to 15. So yes, at least 7 health, and that's costing him dearly. Those 7 health.
Yeah, that was the game. Let's see. So Nara did